What's up YouTube, TenTon here, and today we will be discussing the next time on Death Battle between Captain Falcon and Johnny Cage. But before we get to that, let us discuss the last time on Death Battle between Weiss and Mitsuru. And once again, I was right. This season's going pretty great so far with me being right. Technically 2 losses for me, though I technically called the Mega Man episode pretty great, and Ben 10 vs. Lantern, let's just forget that episode happened, okay? Let's just forget that one happened. But besides those, I've been right for every episode this whole season, and let's hope I can continue that. Now, with Mitsuru vs. Weiss, it was a pretty good episode overall. I loved the animation. I love what they did with it. I loved the kill shot, though I wish we could have seen Weiss's body. Like, come on, Death Battle. You're killing Weiss, come on. Show us some brutality. Come on, especially this Mortal Kombat character next time. Come on, show us some of that brutality. But I get why they didn't show it, because, Rooster Teeth probably wouldn't let them. But still overall a good episode. The outcome makes sense. I was pretty right in my prediction. I assumed Mitsuru just outclassed Weiss, and I was right. I knew her healing would be an issue. I was wrong about her weakness to fire, however, because Mitsuru in her final form of her persona, it's just not weak to fire. And I have actually recently finished playing through Persona 5 after, so I think I have a better understanding of Persona now than I did when I made the prediction. But even still, I was still accurate in my predictions, and overall, good episode. Really enjoyed it. But now, let's get on to the next time. And this episode has me very mixed. On one hand, I love to see Falcon in the show. I love to see him here. I've wanted him in Death Battle forever. However, I don't think he's gonna win, I'm gonna be honest. I feel Johnny's gonna take this one pretty hard at this point. And the reason I say that is Captain Falcon lacks a lot to draw from. With the F-Zero games, it's mostly just racing. Well, I think the racing will definitely help him in terms of reaction times, and I definitely think Captain Falcon can react faster than anything Johnny can do. And of course, if he's in his car, that speed will certainly be great, but it's not like Johnny hasn't fought people in vehicles before. I mean, in Mortal Kombat 11, he fights a guy in a giant tank. So, that is technically different than Captain Falcon's car, but still, it's not like Johnny hasn't fought people in vehicles before. And Captain Falcon cannot just rely on his cars. Johnny is more than strong enough to definitely damage it. Though if Johnny was hit by it, it would definitely leave a mark. So Captain Falcon at least has that going for him. And of course, they're going to give him all the Smash Brothers stuff, like the fire moves, Falcon Punch, the whole 9 yards. But Johnny's fought an overall bigger variety of opponents. While Captain Falcon is a skilled bounty hunter, we haven't really seen a lot from him. I believe F-Zero had a manga and it had its own anime. But besides that and the games, Captain Falcon hasn't had any new media in years. And I highly doubt that they'll count any Smash Brothers feats. Because, if we go by Smash Brothers, if we scale Falcon by Smash, he just wins. Because he could scale to Kirby, and Kirby can destroy planets, and Johnny can't deal with that. And I know what people are gonna say. But TenTon, he destroyed a planet at the end of the anime. And I'm like, no he didn't. No he didn't. He Falcon punched Black Shadow as a giant generator on this planet was exploding. The generator destroyed the planet, or whatever the frick it was called. Some kind of black hole generator thingy. I can't remember the plot. But anyway, that's what destroyed the planet. The Falcon Punch was not responsible for that. Falcon Punch was surely powerful. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's not strong enough to blow up a planet. At least not from what we've seen. And if we take that feat, that is a super outlier. It is such an outlier for what Captain Falcon is capable of. And that's a big issue for Falcon in the show, is that a lot of what he does, it's really hard to pin straight up numbers on it. This Captain Falcon is definitely superior to the average human being, though it's hard to really say where his numbers would lie. While with Johnny has fought and beaten a variety of different Mortal Kombat characters. He beat Sector in the new game, he beat a bunch of guys in the new game, he beat the crap out of Kano multiple times, he's done a lot. He's fought Shinnok. He's got the whole green aura thing going on. I believe Johnny has nunchucks and guns and stuff. And I know Johnny can dodge bullets, because he dodges, because I believe the wiki has specified he can. I believe the creators have specified he can. And in the game, I know, when he nut punches young Kano in the 11 trailer, he's dodging rifle fire at that moment. And I think that would give him a better overall movement speed compared to Falcon, though it's hard to say, and I know basically nothing on Falcon. I did some basic research to see what I could find, but it's so minimal. and not a lot of people talk about that anime, so it was really hard to find any solid research on him. So I'm going into this with a majority of what I know is from basic research in Smash Brothers. So if I'm wrong, I'm super wrong in this case, because I don't know a lot about Falcon. So I haven't played any of the F-Zero games. I did hear he outraced God, or gods, or something like that, which would make his car probably stupid fast. So if that was the case, I would definitely help him in his car. So if it comes to hand-to-hand, I think Johnny would ultimately be better. But Johnny has far more experience compared to Falcon in terms of hand-to-hand combat, from what we've seen. Of course, off-screen, Falcon's probably fought a lot of guys, but we haven't really, there's nothing really to show for it. We don't necessarily have the correct details for it. In my opinion, I think Johnny will win this. It's hard to say, and this is probably the hardest fight I've had to call as of late. Because with Ben and Mitsuru, I was pretty positive that I thought they were going to win. And I was right in one of the cases, and I was completely dead wrong in another one of those cases. But with this fight, I could see it going either way. I really could. I need more definitive numbers right now. Because if Falcon's like raised to God or something, then who knows? Maybe his speed stats are just stupid and Johnny can't even hit him. But, it all depends on how much is the car and how much is Falcon, to me. And while Death Battle's gonna give him his car, there's no way they're not. Because, and if he wins, they'll probably just use his final smash as the finisher, which would be pretty sick. And I'm honestly fine if Falcon wins or if Johnny wins at this point. One of my friends says he's gonna quit watching Death Battles if Johnny doesn't win, so I hope Johnny wins for his sake. But for me, at this point, I'm fine with either winning, and I'm having a hard time calling it. But for my record, I will say I think Johnny Cage will win. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Both of these guys are cool. Both of these guys deserve to win a death battle. So either wins, I'm happy with it. I'm fine with it. But for my record, and because I have to pick, I'm going with Johnny Cage simply because he makes me feel more confident in what he can do. And for what I've seen of Johnny, I know more about him. I've watched, and I haven't played Mortal Kombat 11, but I've watched all the cutscenes and seen his moveset overall. I'm more confident in Johnny overall. That's me. But what do you guys think? Who do you think's gonna win? You putting your money on Falcon, or you putting your money on Johnny? Leave it in the comments below. This has been TenTon. Peace.